Welcome to another episode of the Snap Fantasy Football Podcast, your weekly dose of news and advice that comes to your pocket every single Saturday. Holding it down, here we got Mac, Mark, Scott, and Landon. Enjoy today's show. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Snap Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host. Super glad to be back with you guys. I'm Mac, and I'm here with Mark, Landon, and Scotty. And look, we're here to talk today about some rookie running backs. First up on the dock, none other than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Running back out of LSU, landed with the Kansas City Chiefs, and that news just blew NFL Twitter and fantasy football Twitter up. People are saying for years, whatever rookie running back lands with the Kansas City Chiefs is ultimately going to be the number one dynasty asset in terms of rookie drafts, going to hold a lot of value in terms of redraft leagues, and we're kind of here to break that down for you today. Scotty, give me your thoughts here on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, rookie phenom out of LSU.
Well, CEH definitely ended that first night of the draft with an absolute bombshell. You would have enjoyed it if the Green Bay pick hadn't taken us offline. But I do think he is a fantastic athlete, and he is going to absolutely fly up draft boards. And there's going to be a lot of hype about him. I mean, exactly what you said. Whoever Kansas City picked, whoever their horse was, is going to be the front runner for this upcoming season. But I don't know. I mean, I'm a little concerned personally that it's going to get out of hand. I have no doubt that in dynasty formats, you should be flipping everything you have to try to get this guy if you are needy at running back in the next few years. But this just really has the feeling of a player who's going to get hype to the point where he starts getting drafted at positions where it's almost impossible for him to completely recoup the value of the assets that you have sunk into him. And I do feel like there's somebody every year that this is going to happen to. And because everyone was waiting to see who Kansas City picked, I don't care how talented the guy is. I just feel like his draft position is going to be unfair to a rookie, hoping he's going to come in and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and I think that is what people are thinking this guy's fantasy impact will be. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented back. I had him in my top 3 for running backs coming in, along with Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Swift. However, him landing with the Chiefs kind of elevates him to a new level. Now, I agree with you. I think he's going to be severely overdrafted. I think fair range for him for about September is going to be about the 3rd, maybe 4th round. I think you're going to see him creep up to the mid to early seconds. I think this hype train is just going to roll really deep. Now, in terms of his skill set, I really do like what he brings to the table. He's a shorter back, about 5'8". Reminds me a lot of Maurice Jones-Drew, a little pinball runner, pretty agile. He's got a nasty spin move and a pretty proficient pass catcher as well, which in today's NFL goes a long way. Now, he has tied himself to Andy Reid's and Pat Mahomes for the next, who knows, 5 years at the least, I would say. I can't imagine them, if it goes the way that we think it will, them letting go of him after his 5th year. Landon, what are your thoughts? I know that you've done a lot of homework on Clyde. You've gone through his college tapes. Is there anything that you see that you think, makes this guy worthy of this draft position, or do you think he's a little bit of a bust candidate?
I think he's absolutely a bust candidate. I think, like Scotty touched on, he will get overdrafted. When I saw Clyde Edwards go in the back of the first round, I was excited because I had the 102 in our rookie draft. And I'm like, I can't wait to not draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire in my rookie draft. Because for me, he was my, I would say, 5th running back ranking. I just don't know if he has the ability to really stand up in the NFL. That being said, I mean, he landed with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes picked him, and out of any running back available. So that obviously says something. He is valuable to that team, and he values the opinion of Patrick Mahomes, and he will be used. He absolutely will be used. couple issues I have. There's a ton of targets in that offense. There's so many good options for Pat Mahomes that have relationships with him already. Obviously, the Travis Kelce's, the Tyreek Hills of the world are going to take those receptions and opportunities away from him. And I can't see him going ahead of, like, I wouldn't pick him ahead of a guy like Miles Sanders, for example. I prefer the upside.
Whoa.
No. The offense will funnel through Miles Sanders, and he is my guy over a guy like Clyde Edwards. Not that athletic, kind of slow. I'm not into it.
All right, timeout. Let's go through this as a group here. I know we haven't heard from Mark yet. Let's go through this as a group. Fringe, I think we can all say that, like, the Saquon, Zeke, CMCs, Dalvin Cooks, all of those upper echelon running backs we're going to prioritize over Clyde Edwards or Miles Sanders. In agreement?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So let's go to, like, the fringe guys. Like, what about Melvin Gordon? Would you rather have Melvin or Clyde redraft 2020?
I'd rather Clyde
Gordon
on that
for me.
sense. I think the upside is there.
Okay. Interesting.
Clyde for me as well.
Okay.
I think I'd go Melvin. I think I'd go big name.
So 2 and 2. What about Lev Bell?
I mean, there's not too many, like, Lev's going to get 300 carries. Like,
Maybe.
that's almost, there's not too many running backs in the league that can get 300 carries. But with that being said, oh, man, I prefer the touchdown upside in Kansas City, even though I'm hating on Clyde Edwards a little bit.
I would go Lev for volume.
You're going Lev for volume. Okay. I might go Clyde Edwards in a half
take Clyde there.
league.
As a many-year owner of Lev Bell, I think I'd try something new with CEH because he has not worked out for me in Dynasty.
Kenyon Drake?
Oh, I'm going
absolutely
Clyde. I'm not a big
CEH.
Kenyon Drake guy this year.
I think that's a resounding Clyde Edwards over Kenyon Drake. And what about, like, you guys talked, Miles Sanders? For me, it's Clyde Edwards. I'm not buying into the Miles Sanders thing.
I'm going Clyde here.
Mark, why would you go Clyde in that scenario? Like, I get that it's a good offense, but, like, why Clyde over Miles particularly?
What do you mean you get that it's a good offense? That's enough, Landon. It's when you look at this team, you have got Patrick Mahomes, who, when he's, first of all, this is just talking about Clyde as a pass catcher. When a KC running back catches the ball, Pat Mahomes leads the NFL with 7.7 yards per completion, and also has a 16-0 touchdown to interception ratio with that running back pass catching connection. So that right there, it's going to be working like a well-oiled machine. Andy Reid loves this guy, and I don't care how much love Doug Peterson has for Miles Sanders. Nothing could supersede a player that is in both Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' good books. You could make the argument that he could be the next Darwin Thompson. How'd
that turn out?
Well, you know what? To me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's a reason that he was the first running back off the board this year, Landon. Tell me Miles Sanders has a higher upside with the Philly Eagles, who are, famously inconsistent. Just tell me.
Miles Sanders was finally the best running back the Eagles have had since LaShawn McCoy. Like, he had over 800 rush yards, over 500 receiving yards, and he didn't really pop off until, like, the second half of the season. He won people championships if you had him on your team. Like, he had a 48%, almost 50% opportunity share in that offense, and I think the offense will funnel to him. It's going to be between Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders. That's going to be the offense. We know that Carson Wentz has the trust in Sanders already. I know this isn't a Miles Sanders show. I don't give a shit. This is a Miles Sanders argument where I think Carson Wentz has an opportunity. He has the pass protection. He has the connection with him already, the trust in that offense that you can count on this guy to be the workhorse running back, run through the tackles. You can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's way faster than Clyde. Clyde is slow. Clyde ran a 4.60. Damian Williams is faster than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And Damian Williams is still there. He's not going to go. Clyde shied away from protecting the quarterback. He doesn't like the contact. He's an elite wide receiver, but they have enough elite wide receivers in Kansas City. They're going to have to bring Damian Williams in third down backs because Clyde will not protect Pat Mahomes. And if he gets sacked because Clyde moves out of the way, that guy is benched. I don't care when they drafted him.
I'm sorry, but these Philadelphia Eagles, just like every division mate they have, are just a bunch of putzes, and I just cannot believe in that NFC East division. They're mediocre. They obviously are going to plan on throwing more deep balls with Carson Wentz, which takes less from a player like Miles Sanders. They want to be working guys downfield, which they have personnel to do. They have two formidable tight ends. I don't think this offense is going to be revolving around Miles Sanders, Landon. And while the KC offense isn't going to fully revolve around Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think it's going to be like a cakewalk for him to get into that end zone week to week.
Now, if I can interject here, Mark, I'm going to jump on your side here because, Landon, I think when you talk about an almost 50% opportunity share last year, that was out of necessity. Like Alshon Jeffrey, down. Deshaun Jackson, down. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, useless. These guys needed to give the ball to Miles Sanders, and they barely beat the Cowboys. They were a 9-7 team that snuck into the playoffs. That's not convincing to me. I don't think the Eagles would go out and spend a first-round pick on Jalen Reagor if they didn't need help in the passing game. And you know what? Against Miles Sanders, you can sell out to stop the run because that pass is not threatening. Can you do that against the Kansas City Chiefs? Hell no, you cannot. You cannot afford to pack the box when you got Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, and other threats downfield. You just can't do it against Pat Mahomes and those boys. So there's going to be clear room for Clyde Edwards to run. And when I'm breaking the tie, do I think Sanders is capable and talented? Yes, I do. I also think Clyde is that as well. I'm going to give the tiebreaker to the better team who's going to probably pick up more first downs and get to the end zone a heck of a lot more than the Eagles will. So I'm going to give the edge to Clyde Edwards for those reasons in 2020 redraft. I do think he'll be overdrafted, but I think I would take him over Sanders all day long.
I can enjoy my value picks on Miles Sanders all year long, guys.
All right, there you have it. All the smartest people on the snap are going Clyde Edwards-Helaire here.
Listen, guys, you guys have been absolutely rocking these videos. I hope that you're liking them. Let us know what you think about, the production value. Scotty's been doing an amazing job. The graphics are coming along. We're really trying to make these entertaining and fun and relevant. And you guys have been great hitting that like button and commenting and subscribing. And we would appreciate if you would do so and continue to do so and tell your friends and just get the word out there for us. If you haven't already, you can get us on socials at snap_fantasy on Twitter and on Instagram. We're trying to post as much as we can there as well, and trying to help you guys win your leagues for 2020. Stay locked and loaded. Ready up for the next videos. I believe next we have Jonathan Taylor coming out, and later this week Cam Akers as well. So until then, we'll see you guys.